So this video is going to give us a little bit of help for question 3 on the homework. Question 3, most of the problems with this homework stem from, I think, 2 things about this table that make it a little harder for students to read. One thing is the fact that we have positive change both on our column headings and our row headings. This positive change refers to over the prior 2 weeks. Same thing with this negative change, and this positive change is happening in the recent day. So if it makes it easier for you, you could go ahead and just add a little note, recent day, right next to here so we can kind of keep that in mind versus years on the other 2. The other thing I think makes this table a little bit more difficult to read is the fact that it's sort of missing that total column. So we have to do a lot of addition on the fly for no reason. So it could be very beneficial to go ahead and just add ourselves a total column for both the rows and the columns. So we can see here we have 31 total companies that had or stocks that had a positive change over the last year, and 19 total companies that had a negative change over the past year, versus 29 that had a positive change in the recent day and 21 that had a negative change in the recent day, which gives us a total of those 50 widely held stocks that we knew we had. So I think that hopefully clears up the actual table a bit more. So then it comes down to answering these questions. So let's just look at question B as our first bit of help. This says what % of the companies, so we know we're talking about all 50 companies, and then we are told that we want to be interested in companies that reported a positive change over both time periods. So this is both over the 52 weeks and the recent day. So only one section of our little graph fits that bill. These 18 companies here had a positive change over the recent day and a positive change over the past year. So they have a positive change in both. If we move down to any other section, like say here, they had a negative change in both, or a positive change over the past year, but a negative change in recent day. So nothing else fits the bill. So our calculation here is just going to be the 18 companies that were positive for both the prior 52 weeks and the recent day over the 50 total companies, which is 36%. Okay, so with that help and sort of understanding the table, hopefully that helps us get A through D. D is a little trickier, but I want you guys to give it an attempt on your own. So, I do not want to erase all of that. Too late. Too late. So, the next difficult question here is question E. So, I want to give you a little bit of help with that. So, question E says, among those companies reporting a positive change in their stock price over a recent day, what percentage also reported a positive change over the prior year? So this first sentence, this part that I sort of highlighted, is telling us that we are interested only, or we're not doing of companies like we were in B, we are only interested in those companies reporting a positive change over the recent day. So recent day, positive change, those are the only companies we care about. These companies, which is a total of, if I hadn't erased it, 19 companies that we care about, right? That's our denominator. That's our of. And then it goes on to tell us what exactly we're interested in. What percentage also reported a positive change over the prior year? So positive change prior year, that's this section, right? And we don't care about these 13 because they're not in the group that we know we're caring about, not in this among companies reporting a positive change over the recent day. So this is the part of our whole, which I now don't know why I wrote 19 when it's clearly 29. Moment of special. So now we're looking at 18 over the 29, which is 62.07%. Okay, and you're using the exact same logic and reasoning for F. I'll give you a little hint too on the last problem on G when we're looking for this relationship. You should be sort of looking at A, E, and F to sort of make this conclusion. Basically, we want to know, does knowing their recent day performance tell us anything about how the company performed in the past? And hopefully looking at these 3 values will let you reason out whether or not you think there's any information to be gained, whether it's about recent day using the past year or past year using the recent day, whether or not there's any sort of relationship there. So hopefully this helps, minus my crazy writing of 19 when it was 29. If you need anything else, feel free to email me.